All right, we're joined after today's win over Colorado with Rueben Chinyelu and Coach Kyle Smith. We'll let Coach give his thoughts on the game and then open it for questions.
This was really a great opportunity for our program after the Utah win was really good, and knowing that another quad one opportunity in Colorado's, I mean, they're super talented and they're so hard to stop, and our defense was tremendous. And I just think everyone that played for us contributed in a good way. And whether it's Jabe's 3 minutes when Miles was in foul trouble, Ruben's defense was tremendous, and we just had to. And they kept their poise when their head coach didn't, so that was good for them. And and I didn't get soaked in the locker room. I thought that was positive too. That's progress. We're not celebrating every victory, although we did celebrate. Don't get it wrong. It's just where I don't get dunked, which is I'm a fan of. So couldn't be more proud of a group.
Rueben, I've seen the too little before. I haven't seen the too little with the stomp. Is that a little extra authority you want to put on that celebration after getting another stop on Lampkin?
When we first played him, he said something to me. He was like, "You thought this was too easy," So I don't know. I was like, "All right, you'll see about that." I just played basketball and do what I did. So I don't know what happened, but it just came down to that. So I was like, "All right, let me just finish it up."
The moment you get the block on Williams and it turns into points the other way, they have to take a timeout. Just what kind of runs through your mind as you see that? Obviously, you're pumping up the crowd. You're all into it. What's kind of running through your head at that moment?
Like whenever I see a guy come in, I'm protecting my house first. My house is on fire. I have to go put off the fire. So that's the first thing on my mind. So I saw him coming. I was like, yeah, whatever is gonna happen, I'm going for that ball. If you're going up, I'm going with you. You can't just come and do that in my home. So I just protecting my house and doing what I have to do, and getting the fans hyped because they are out here for us. So you have to give them something to be out for. Get them enlighten them. Give them some fire so that they could keep pouring on the fuel.
Coach, for a multitude of reasons, you weren't quite able to put them away for a while, whether it was, their scoring or other things. The last 17 points you guys score, Miles and Isaac have 15 of them. It just seemed at those moments your two leaders really kind of stepped up, and obviously you had the defense on the other end, but those two kind of helped put it away.
Yeah, they did, and Colorado I think hit 4 of their threes late too, and we'd done a great job keeping off the three. So you're going to have to, it was a 10-point game, and my wife told me that it was actually a good block, so I'm embarrassed at the goaltend. So, and I got the technical, cut it to 8. And I was like, yeah, I don't like hurting our team, and felt bad, but I had to stay focused. And it was in their hands. And Miles really learned to help close out games. He's able to penetrate and get some shots on the rim there. And then Isaac had some big rebounds and big possessions. And we play with good purpose. I mean, they were pressuring us, like denying some stuff, making it hard for us to run stuff. And our guys hung in there. We didn't turn it over, and that gives us a great chance.
But obviously the athleticism to make those blocks is kind of what stands out the most. But tell me about the timing aspect to making those blocks. How are you tracking your steps? How do you get up right on time for those blocks?
If he can't want to, I just basically go when he's off the ground. Yeah, so I just wait for him to pick up these 2 steps. Then I know he's automatic. He's going for anything that will happen in the air. So as long as it's not 2 feet down, so I don't have to go unless it's on the air. So once he can't want to, there's no going back from that. So once you start that engine, it's flight mode. So I just go, and whatever happens.
And then Kyle, I don't think we saw this happen live, but I guess there was a situation with Coach Shaw late in the game. Is he okay, or what?
He's going to be okay. Talked to Dr. Tingstead. I don't know all the details, but I think he's going to be fine. But it's something serious in the sense that if he's not going to be on the bench. So I'm going to go check on him as soon as we get out of here.
And then before Miles' 2 layups to kind of put this one away, I think he got kind of dinged up on a drive to the rim, and then obviously responds by just putting it away. How are you seeing him kind of respond in those moments, and did that seem to bother him at all?
He's just growing every day. His confidence. He knows, a little bit early in the season trying to prove himself. How much we've grown from. When we played Mississippi State, he had 20 points. He was a really good player, but he had 0 assists, 6 turnovers. But I think that's just kind of the process for a guy like that. That's been out for 2 years. Got to. He hadn't played in a while. He established himself as a scorer. Now he's established himself as a 2-way player and win late in games to get us good possessions, and his threat to get over a ball screen and get downhill. puts a lot of pressure on their team, and he's done it several times now. So just big, monumental growth since last time with Colorado. And, he struggled down the stretch of that game. We had a chance to win it, and he was, I just think every minute he plays, he gets better.
And then 19 rebounds between Jalen and Andre. What's the importance of those down the stretch?
Those guys are just tough. I think Rueben would attest to that. It's hard to take them out, and they're just the biggest one. I think Oscar started, and Jalen came up with that dunk. That and one was a huge momentum play for us. And, I think Jalen just he's kind of Miles' boat, too, just like to go from where he was playing Division II I don't want to take a shot at him, they're 500 team. Not quite Sonoma, to play in these type games is really a testament to his work. This guy and him are just unbelievable habits on and off the court and improvement and really working at it. And it's neat to see guys that put the time in. They deserve to have that kind of success.
Do we have more questions for Rueben? Okay, cool. Let's pass it around for Rueben, and then we'll come back around for Coach.
Oh, Rueben, you hit the little jumper there. You think we're going to see that more? See you step out a little further, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. Because Coach Sean was like, if they're like 10 feet behind, we give you 10 feet, 6 feet, shoot that ball. So I got the green light. So I was like, yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. Because beginning of the season was like, just get the ball, pass the ball around. So if they give me the green light, I'm gonna go shoot. So because I do what coach wants me to do. So he gave me the green light. So that was the confidence. Like it was full. So I was like, yeah. Now it's green, I have to, just go to work when I have it. So it was open, I just light it up.
It feels like, obviously, a lot of the plays, Rueben, that you make, blocks and posters and things like that, really crowd-energizing plays. And especially today where there's a larger crowd there, how do you feel like as you've continued along the journey at Washington State that some of those plays that you make kind of get the crowd fired up and they kind of fire you up?
Yeah, I'm just hyped always. So, I just do what I have to do, just to, get the crowd up, get my teammates up, just put energy, try to bring everybody up, So as soon as I do that and, they got hyped and I'm hyped, So I just give them something back, It's just like lighting up a lantern. So if it's run out of, gas, it's going to take off, right? So when it's going off, you just put that. When that happens, you just kind of pour in fuel to it. So it just keep lighting, You just give them something to feed on. If they are giving, they have to receive. So I'm just giving them out the energy that they're losing, cheering for us. So just giving them something to be able to come out for, something to be like, yeah, we have to go, support our team. They always stand for us. They're always there to, give us what we need, So just giving out what they're giving us. So it's beautiful to have them, and I appreciate them so much, and we would like to see more of them. Just get the crowd, get the arena going, light it up. Because WSU it's a basketball school, so it should be light up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Rueben, with the man himself sitting next to you, what does Coach Smith and his staff do to help you guys win?
I would say they're doing an amazing job, to help us not just only as an athlete, but but in life, because most of that talk is based on life and basketball. Because now, at some point, you will have to go. You won't play basketball forever, because now you get to a stage whereby you can't do what you can do when you're young. So I appreciate the way they teach us, and also they just try to, each game we learn from it. Whether we win or we lose, we learn from it. They just tell us, what next, because it's about the next one. It's about the next opportunity. It's about the next day. Because if you're able to wake up and see the next day, it's a beautiful day. It's a gift. That's why it's called present. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they'll have to give you something to go with the day. So I appreciate that so much, because if we play a game and we're lacking from rebounding, they'll be like, okay, we'll have to do something. And if we're lacking in defense, okay, Coach Sean be like, this is why we're lacking in defense. This is what we need to do. We have to adjust like it. We'll have to, try to put everybody together. And because when you're in a unit, it's gonna be very difficult to break down. Just like a broom, a single broom can be broken, but when it's in bunch, it's very hard to break. So being able to, be united together and know what we have to do, know your position and know where you ought to be at the time. If the person's like, how you have to help him and he has your back, knowing that he has your back, it's so much beautiful, because that way you go in without thinking twice. If I'm about to take on this guy, I'm going fully, because I know that the next guy is taking the guy down, so I don't have to think about it. So the way they coach us and teach us makes everything so beautiful that when we're out there, we just play. We just play and be in the moment, not thinking so much, being present there. So it's so beautiful, and I appreciate them so much for that.
So for Rueben, it seems like no matter how many minutes you play, you always make a really good impact on the game. How are you able just to make the most of whatever your opportunity is, game to game?
I just try to be present and take everything at a time, because what is yours is yours. So opportunity every day is an opportunity. So any seconds you get, any ounce of seconds you get, any minutes you get, it's an opportunity to just go there and do what you have to do. So being able to go out there and contribute to my teammate, it's beautiful, because at the end of the day, it's about the team, but also I know it's also about your personal growth and everything. But we're a team. If we lose, I'm among there, and I'm not a loser. I don't like losing, So I'm just being in the moment and taking each day at a time, and taking each opportunity I get. So I'm just doing what I can do with the minutes I got. And I appreciate God for that, because without God I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at. God is so great. My story is tough. Life isn't easy. So, but I'm glad that I'm here. God made it possible, and He keeps me going, and He will take me where I have to go. So my future depends on Him, and I rely on Him. So I have faith in Him. I know I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be. It might take time, but I'll be there.
Well said. We'll let you get out of here. Thank you. That
Sure.
was really great.
All right, Ruben. I appreciate it.
Do you want me to unplug this?
Right? You can punt me. I don't.
Okay. All right, we'll let Travis in the back there start, and we'll keep going with Coach.
All right. Coach, I heard, I think it was the last game, you were talking about how the guys are starting to learn how to win. Maybe it feels like this game's a perfect sign of that. What are your thoughts? Do you think
just making good decisions. I think it really, I really think, like I told our team, I said the better Miles gets, the better we're going to get. And being able to play those last 6 to 8 minutes, where that's what those games look like. And and he was telling me to calm down. He was right. And he said, I got this. And he's going to make some mistakes, but didn't make many tonight. He played really well. And I think that's it. You're seeing emerging you've got a quarterback that's getting better with each game. It's maybe it's a Brock Purdy-like. A little more talented than Purdy, but I'm a Niners guy. Just full disclosure.
For people on the outside, is that really the difference in just having that point guard that can lead?
Absolutely, it's the most important position, and he's the guy that sets up others. And late in the game, you got to get good shots, and have one that can not only set the table but also can get by you and make a basket under pressure, and makes a big difference. And he had to play with foul trouble. That was first time for us, I think, where he's in trouble. And I think he was really good defensively today. He started off a little rusty. He did the last 2 games, but as the game went on, because keeping Simpson in front. Late in the game, he gave up that 3, but it was he's still keeping him in front. He kind of tried to draw a foul. I'm like, not on him. Don't do that. That guy, you give him any space, he's going to make it. So, I think we're very fortunate. We got an elite one, and I think he's just emerging, and it's not to me. It's not different than NFL. When you get one of those guys, you should get better.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the defense. I think 6 blocks. I know you got 5 steals, probably wanted a few more, but the points off turnovers, you held them under 70 points. Just how big was the defense today?
Unbelievable, and don't give me too much credit because I have the human cheat code. Coach Shaw, he's really he mans up the defense. I give him full autonomy to do whatever he wants on that. I kind of know what's going on. I actually do, but and we figured it out. We're different, mixing our defenses is going to be we're so big, and we make it hard to make shots over us. That's tough. We don't force a lot of turnovers, know that going in, but we do block shots, protect the rim. And our guys, as they said, they really understand their roles, each other, the guys that play together, and kind of the way we're guarding, because there's a lot of different. You got to know everyone's personnel, because we do a lot of switching and stuff, and the more comfortable we got with that, the better we get. And to hold a team like that to 38 from the field, and they got 41 from 3, which Coach Shaw won't be happy about that. But that's incredible. They're one of the best offensive teams in the country, period. End of story. They're really good.
And Coach, you kind of mentioned it that the players kind of helped you calm down after some of the stuff that was going on. How do you keep your cool, or how do they keep their cool when that's going on?
And again, leadership. Miles was great. He's like, Coach, calm down now. And I kind of wasn't that mad, but I just mad that I was arguing over a blocked shot. I missed it. I don't know. At least my wife, she's in trouble if I see it as a goaltend. But I was like, God, I'm that crazy. And then it was a tight game. I thought, whatever, it happens. They don't really foul much, but when they don't foul much and we got a couple, like I thought Isaac had a really good block. They put Simpson at the line. I was like, man, that's tough. It's hard to live that way. But anyway, move on.
I'm glad you brought up Coach Shaw because I want to ask you about your assistants and your staff and how have they stepped up to kind of help this team, which is made up of a lot of first-year players or new players to the team program meld.
Yeah, no, amazing. And I said, I've been very blessed because I've had unbelievable assistants. One of the things I enjoyed most is going to the office, meeting with these guys. And I've said this, I've worked with some tremendous coaches. None better than Jim Shaw, period. Assistant, head coach. You look at his record, what he was as a head coach, what he's done as assistant, his commitment to it, his detail. It's like I said, it's a human cheat code. I've grown so much as a coach because of him. Maybe he's gotten better because of me. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But anyway, and he's our lead dog. And guys like Coach Hunter, who played for us at St. Mary's, who's worked under Randy Bennett, who's a young emerging coaching talent. He's got a great presence about him. Great comfort level with me. Coach Harden, he's a sponge. He's learning. He's been a head coach too, successful one. And Coach Shaw kind of mentors these guys. And Steve Frankowski, who played for me at Columbia, really he's done a great job. There's another cheat code we have. He was an MBA assistant that handles our personal development, individual development, and he does a great job in scouts. And then Coach Rueben really helps on the recruiting end. So it's a good blend of guys, different personalities, but that associate head coach is for a reason. He's a beast.
Then what have you done this year? Has there anything been different, or has it been kind of
no? It's when you got good people, it makes your life a little easier. It's easier to manage good talent, and I do think, I don't know, you'd have to ask them, but I do think my management style, coach, I know as a coach or a player, I want to know what the rules are. I don't want to have a little autonomy in work, and you got to let people grow. I think a lot of coaches are, you ask them, but I think are micromanagers, and it's kind of the nature. It kind of draws people to this profession. I don't think I am, and I think that's how you get the most. Same as a player. Like you say, Miles is talented, and there's a give and take there, and the more responsibility and he's taking on to do certain things, and it's always defend, rebound, take care of the ball, the more he can just because he's really smart, he's really talented, and he wants to be good. So those guys, and Rueben too, they're great that way. So it's kind of the same thing in the staff. I don't know, I'm kind of the same thing every year. And the Coach Shaw and Coach Harden have worked. Coach Harden was a JUCO coach, so I said we had to put it together quick, and that's what you do in JC. Coach Shaw played junior college. He's recruited junior college. He's a Division II, #1 team in the country, Western Oregon. They have 8 or 9 new guys every year, JUCO transfer, stuff like that. So I'm sure we leaned into them. But this team, that was the deal, is getting them. And like I said, they understand their roles. They know they're pretty good, and they like each other. And that's the leadership. Andre's been a stud. It comes from that. Andre is a stud, and you don't want to let that guy down. Period.
Coach, obviously you mentioned, another one of those quad one wins. We're talking a lot, obviously, this time of the year with big wins like this in Utah about some of those, even some more, maybe national bracket-like attention. How do you kind of take that in and realize what your team is kind of getting to, while also not maybe getting too high going into still a long stretch of Pac-12 games left this season?
It's we talk about it now. We put ourselves in position. It's unavoidable. You're gonna turn on the TV, and it's gonna be Joe Lenardi and this and that, and it's nice to be mentioned, recognized, and it's how we deal with it. How do we handle success? And I think this group's been great through the stretch, and we're halfway through league, and we're gonna have to play really well. We have 5 of our next 7. It's one at a time, but I think 5 of our next 7 are on the road. So who knows? There's just a lot to be there. So you got to really, Ruben's present, man. You got some philosophical wisdom from Rueben. He stays present. And it's kind of easy to coach guys like that, to be honest. They're hungry to get better. They're as a coach, I've been in this as an assistant coach more so. been in the situation where, hey, you got to handle this thing. We got to get to the finish line and keep each day getting better and better. I thought our team last year did a great job getting better down the stretch. And this team seemed to take it on some of the same characteristics.
I think there's a pretty common sort of scene in college basketball where a guy will get the ball, he's standing at the three-point line, and he goes to shoot, and then he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't shoot this. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that basically never happens with this team. Like, everyone has so much confidence in themselves. Jalen shot 16 times tonight. Like, dudes are just ready to let it fly. How much of that is on you, and how much of that do you think is sort of just the way that the team gels?
If you've ever been privileged enough to listen to the Ballad of the Palouse, it said that one of the lines is, Coach Smith says, always pull that three. So there's definitely it's in our DNA, and I don't want anyone to be out there scared. Now I kind of there's some time. I thought Andre, we finally got a bank back today. He hit a bank. It was like finally we're down 3-1 on the year as far as I know, and that was a terrible shot. But I was like it was not poorly executed and bad. It was like 2 steps behind the line. I think he had a swing or easy shot. So there's a give and take on that. And it takes time, but it really, like I said, it's organic from them when they start to know who should be taking shots. And I said, Jalen keeps growing and growing. He's a tremendous 3-level scorer. And you see, he can make threes. He's a great mid-range shooter. He can get to the cup. He can draw some fouls, and it gives us another guy and he's getting pretty good defensively too.
Time for a couple more here.
All right. I guess, yeah, I'll ask one more. The second chance points, I asked the other guys about this too. In the first half, it was 4-3 in second chance points. Colorado led, and at the end of the game, it was 4-16. So that's a pretty crazy turnaround there in the second half. And a lot of the other stats turn around a lot in the second half too. Sort of, what was different in the approach coming into that?
It wasn't necessarily the point. I think we started the game off. We got on the offensive boards. We had several. Isaac really got it started. And then we started. We wore you down. They went small when Lampkins was out there. They were a little smaller, and you got De Silva trying to guard Isaac Jones, etc. And like I said, Oscar got a little a finger one, and then Jalen gets it. We're just relentless, and then we started cashing it. We missed a few there, but we were just getting on the rim.
Seemed like Jalen did a really, really good job on Cody Williams. He didn't score from the field, all free throws. I mean, that's a guy who, hypothetically could be the number 1 pick in June. Where have you maybe seen his defense? And obviously we see the offense, but have you seen him kind of progress as a defender?
You know what? I've always thought he's pretty good. This is for Coach Shaw. Thank God. He's like, because he plays hard and he can guard on the ball. He's pretty good at keeping, got a few calls. Off the balls where he's gotten better, like dealing with a lot of screening actions. He got hit with a 3 late in the game. One of those threes he gave up, he got hit with the screen. He'll grab him, that stuff. So he's well conditioned. He's strong. He's tough. He's aggressive. And that's probably the next part is like managing screening situations off the ball and floor position, that stuff. But he's getting better, and he just plays hard.
Bubbly and a Costco hot dog time?
Oh, man, I'm definitely crushing a dog. And I've already had one. I'm already one bubbly in. I've already one bubbly in, man. That's all I can say. Citrus tangy. All right, we're good?